From WLWT, this is Issues.
Hello, welcome to Issues. I'm Jan-Michele Lemon Kearney of SESH Communications and the Cincinnati Herald. Oh, there's so much going on. Okay, a little later, Michael Bobo is going to talk about a community police partnering center. We want you to know all about that. Lots of great work going on there. We're also going to talk about the Federated Women's Club, and if you don't know about this federation, you really, really need to know them and know what's going on. And we've got a few good men who are helping to re-energize that group. So we'll talk about that. First, we're going to talk to Bomani Tyehimba about our story. The Black Book Fair is coming back. So exciting.
Yes.
Welcome, Bomani.
Welcome. Thank you for having me,
It's
Jan.
so good to see you. So we were talking way back in the day when you and Mark Pastor, you had your bookstore in Swift and Commons, and you started the book fair.
Yes.
It was a one-day event, and then it just blew up. I mean, it was just huge. Authors from all over the place came.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, we started out at the Westin Hotel one-day event, and you're right. By the time from 1990 to 2001, the book fair was on the Artistic Apparel brand.
Right, Artistic Apparel, yes.
And and then we expanded it to 3 days and held it at Cincinnati Convention Center.
And it was huge.
Yes, it was.
It was the not to be missed event of the year.
Wow.
I remember back there when my daughter was little, and the author of the Cheetah Girls was there, and we used to watch the Cheetah Girls on TV. I'm like, oh, the author of the book is here. And, you had authors like from everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Les Brown, Tony Brown, Haki Madhubuti, Ayanna Van Zandt.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And it was a nationally known event.
Absolutely.
So I'm so excited. So tell us what's happening this year.
Well, this year, February 16th, 17th, and 18th at the Summit Center, New Prospect Baptist Church.
Right in Roseline, easy to find, lots of
absolutely.
parking. Yeah.
Lots of parking, big parking lot.
Yeah.
It's Our Story, Book Fair, and Expo. Our story, because we have a story to tell. We have a story to tell about literature and dance and all types of things, acting. You know, we have a whole rich history, and that's why we rebranded it Our Story Book Fair and Expo. Yeah. Because Mark and I always talked about the book fair was not to remain the book fair, it was to grow into something bigger. And this is just a genesis of that vision that Mark and I had.
I'm so excited about that. So let's talk about what's going to happen. So on Friday is Field Trip Friday?
Field Trip Friday.
What happens on Field Trip Friday?
Well, we have 3 sessions that are in special programming for school systems. And we have school children and preschoolers and even seniors who will come in and enjoy the special programming for them. 3 sessions, one at 9:15 is targeted to pre-K through 4. The other one starts at 11, that's for 4th graders to 6th graders, and then one that starts at 1 o'clock, and that's targeted for teens.
Okay, so now how do schools sign up for that? Or do you invite them, or can they call you and sign up? How does that happen?
Sure, we have sent out letters to various educators and school systems, and they can visit our website, OurStoryExpo.com.
Okay, OurStoryExpo.com. Of course, we'll connect people to WLWT.com just to make it easy.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good, because some children are homeschooled or they're online,
they can come.
So we want to make sure they all know about it too.
Right.
Okay, so that's Field Trip Friday. Okay, so what happens on Saturday?
On Saturday, we have authors.
Yeah,
we
tell us about some of these authors.
Books.
I want to hear about this guy, the math and science guy.
Yeah, Dr. Chika Akua.
Yeah.
He's out of Atlanta. He has a host of books. For Field Trip Friday, he's going to do a session called The African Origins of Math and Science.
Wow.
And he has some other lectures that he's going to do on Saturday. He has multiple books, too many to name.
Yes.
I'm real excited about this young man. His name is Sidney Keys III. And Sidney Keys, he's out of St. Louis, Ohio. Okay. 11 years old, he went into a bookstore in St. Louis and was so enthralled that he started a book club for young boys.
Wow.
And it's called Books and Bros.
Oh, I love that.
And he has encouraged young men to read books. They are now reading books, 1 book a month. He's been featured on the Steve Harvey Show. He's coming in. He's going to talk about his company, how he started his company, and how he reads, and all the activities that go along with his book club.
I love that. That's fantastic. Who else is coming?
Well, we have Annie Roof.
Oh, yeah.
Hometown Annie Roof.
Yeah, she's so dynamic. Oh, my goodness.
She's going to be here. Oh, let me just read this list.
Okay.
I have Mary Weinberg. She's from Cincinnati.
Oh, Olympic gold medalist.
Absolutely.
Oh, she is phenomenal, and she has a really great story to tell.
Yes. We have L. Kobe Wilkerson, a.k.a. L. Kobe the Wiz. He's actually from Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
And when I called him, he said, Bomani, I know you. I'm like, you know me from where? Hey, you used to work at Artistic Apparel. I used to have a store. I used to work in a store. Sylvia Walden, Ronnie McBerry, Frankie Butler Kidd, Hannah Drake, Winnie Caldwell, Kim Nicole Johnson, Annie Ruth again, and some other authors.
Frankie Butler Kidd is a really good writer. Oh,
yes.
She's fantastic. You're also having a writer's workshop, aren't you?
We are.
Yeah, tell us about that.
We're going to have a writer's workshop. It's going to be on Saturday, actually, and Friday. I think Friday, 1 to 5.
We'll check the website.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll check the
website to make sure we get that right. So people can just come.
They can come.
They don't need to sign up in advance. Folks just need to come on out. Tell us when and where again.
Only for the writers' workshop, they have to sign up for that.
They should sign up for that.
They should sign up for that.
Okay.
It is at Summit, the Summit Center.
Okay.
February 16th to 17th, 9 o'clock a.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. On February 18th, which is Sunday, noon to 6 at the Summit Center, 1580 Summit Road.
Right, and that's New Prospect Baptist Church.
New Prospect Baptist Church.
Reverend Damon Lynch III's church, which is great. Just a wonderful center.
Yes.
And so people who want to have their books, there's so many writers.
Sure.
May they still call you?
They may still call us at 513-402-2662.
Okay, tell us that number again.
513-402-2662.
All right. So if people who want to be in the expo, be part of the expo, they should call you.
They should call, email, go to our website.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we're going to have a special page in the Cincinnati Herald right before the event to kind of highlight some of these things too, and we're working on that now.
And we're going to have celebrity storytellers, and you're going to read to the children.
Oh, I'd love that.
Shameless plug.
Oh,
but you're going to be there.
I would love to do that. Thank you so much, Bomani. I'm so excited. It's always a great event. I'm so glad you're bringing it back, and it's going to be like the don't miss place to be. So, all right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Stick with us. Michael will be here in a minute to talk about community police partnering.
Welcome back. I'm Michael Bobo, and I'm here today with Ms. Jasmine Humphries, who is the Community Engagement Strategist at the Community Police Partnering Center at the Urban League, as well as Mrs. Dorothy Smoot, who's the Executive Director at the Community Police Partnering Center. How are you all ladies doing today?
Doing
Wonderful.
Great.
Thank you so much for being here. I believe that youth in the community is very important to Cincinnati, Ohio, as well as other places in the country. Give us a little information about what your position is at the Community Police Partnering Center.
So at the Partnering Center, I'm pretty much responsible for just like community engagement strategy and working with different organizations and people to get work done. So right now, my main role is working to jumpstart 4 youth councils in the neighborhoods of West End, Walnut Hills, Winton Hills, and Bond Hill.
Great.
So over the course of the next month, in February, we'll be having kickoff events in each of these neighborhoods to recruit young people, share information about summer youth employment, and figure out ways to get them more involved in our neighborhoods.
I think that's amazing. Summer youth employment is very important. I know it's always fun to have a little bit of money in your pocket when you're a youth. And Mrs. Smoot, give us a little information about how this began. Where did it start?
Well, the Community Police Partnering Center works with communities to engage everyday individuals, stakeholders, business owners in the community in addressing issues of crime, disorder, and quality of life. And one of the things that keeps coming up is that we need to engage our young people. With the collaborative agreement and the collaborative agreement refresh that's going on, one of the things that we hear is how are you making sure that you're teaching young people about problem solving and getting them engaged in civic activities to make sure that, you know, we're strengthening our communities. So we heard from several of the communities that they wanted to start community councils. And what we do is provide them with technical assistance to, as Jasmine said, to jumpstart them. We work with them for a year to help them set up and establish their youth councils so that their young people can be engaged in their neighborhoods.
Some of this technical assistance and resources you provide, give us a little information about what that process looked like for the past year.
One of the things that we do is we have a group that we work with called Youth at the Center, and they help adults recognize how to make space for young people in organizations, and so that they can take leadership roles. It's really important that we teach them to be leaders, and we teach them to be connected to their community and recognize the value that they bring to the solving the problems that we have in our communities.
What things have you done thus far to help the youth in the community know to come to these events, and how do they find out about it?
So we actually just set the dates. So over the past several months, adults in the neighborhood have been sort of like preparing for the young people, sort of like, you know, preparing for birth, right? So they've been going through
it's like a birth though.
The trainings with Youth at the Center. So they're learning about, you know, assumptions that adults make about young people and assumptions that young people make about adults, and really shifting that culture of, you know, like kids are seen and not heard, right? So they have to work on those things and create a program for them. So basically in February, we'll have the kickoff events, and there's also going to be some really cool service learning projects going on in the spring.
Great. So service learning as far as like doing community service, going out in the community and doing things that can help. Because don't the students have to have like a community service credit while like in school or something? This will help them get that, correct?
Yeah, young people, they typically do have to have community service hours. So that is a way to get it while also having fun. So actually in the spring, they'll be working on public service announcements that addressing issues of youth and crime and violence. So it's basically going to be a fun like multimedia way to.
Multimedia is big with the youth.
Exactly. So they're like, hey, we're making a movie.
Right.
So that's what the young people will be working on in the spring once they get recruited at these kickoff events.
That's amazing. I believe there's also a way that we can help. So what can we do to get information out to everyone about these youth councils, and what's the 4 neighborhoods to give them to me one more time?
They are West End, Walnut Hills, Winton Hills, and Bond Hill.
Great. And go ahead.
So one of the ways that they can find it, that young people can find it, it will make sure that it's on Facebook at our on our Facebook site, which is
Community Police.
It's just the Community Police Partnering Center.
That makes sense.
Right. And so we'll make sure that we have the dates there. They can also call the Urban League at 281-9955 and get additional information. Okay. And if they know community council, their community council in their neighborhood, they can also get connected through that. And there'll be flyers and information that's posted all over the neighborhoods.
Right. Give me the number one more time.
It's the Urban League main number, which is 281-9955.
Okay, so 281-9955. Great. Now, do you have the dates for it, or that they need to just go to the Facebook page?
So we only have 2 of the dates so far. So Winton Hills are up and going. So they will have their kickoff event at the Winton Hills Recreation Center on Saturday, February 10th. Perfect. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So they've got games and activities, and they also have some performers and getting.
And what's the other date?
So that one is for Winton Hills, and Walnut Hills will have theirs on Friday, February 23rd.
Perfect.
From 6 to 7:30.
Well, thank you both so much for being here today. We appreciate it. Everyone go out and get the information about the youth. We'll be right back with more Jan-Michele.
Welcome back. I'm so excited to talk with folks about the Federated Colored Women's Club. And I'm a member, I'm in the Optimist Club. And you know, it used to be like when my mom was in it, there were like 12 or more clubs here. And it kind of dwindled down, but now it's coming back. And I want to just give a shout out to Sam Abu Bakr, who's out there in the audience, because his group, A Few Good Men, is doing a lot to energize this organization and fundraise for the clubhouse at 1010 Chapel Street. A lot, and we'll talk a little bit later about what's going on there every Tuesday. But let me welcome our guest, Brian Powers, reference librarian at the Hamilton County Public Library. You're right there downtown on 8th and Walnut. Welcome back. And Joyce Cottrell, and I hear your title is exhibit chair for this exhibit, the Federated Women, and you're so active in the Federation. Now, which club are you in?
I'm an Elite Phenomenal Federated Club.
The Elite Phenomenal Federated Club. Okay, that's wonderful. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
So let's start off by talking a little bit, because I talked about like kind of where we've been in Cincinnati and how we're growing again. But the club started in 1896. Tell us a little bit about the history.
Okay, that was the National Federation that started in 1896 under Josephine St. Pierre Ruffin.
Right, and I think her picture is up in the clubhouse, as
yes,
I recall.
it is. Yes, it is. And the reason why it started because there was a letter by James Jack. He was the president of the Missouri Press Association, and he basically, there was a woman named Florence Bulgarini, that's I think how you pronounce it, that she was with the anti-lynching group, and they didn't like lynching naturally, so she put out a letter to all the journalists in America and said, you need to do something about this. He responded back and said that Negroes, they were not moral, basically. They enjoyed going to jail, and that women were prostitutes and natural liars. Well, that stirred up the black women in the United States.
Yes,
in
I know,
America.
we were hot.
We were hot. So she made sure that letter was sent to Josephine. And what she did was then she brought two clubs together in Washington, D.C. They formed the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs.
Wonderful.
And that was in July of 1896.
That's so great. And Mary Church Terrell was the first president.
Correct.
And you know, Josephine St. Pierre Ruffin had the first African-American women's journal. So, you know, as my association with the Cincinnati Herald makes me especially excited about her and to, you know, just to learn more about her.
And remember also Booker T. Washington's wife was also a president of the National Association.
Oh, right, okay.
So there was quite
such a great history.
Great history.
Oh my goodness. And so the public library is going to have an exhibit. Tell us about that, Brian.
Well, we're going to have an exhibit, and we're working with Joyce here on that, but we're going to have a program on May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd at 2 o'clock at the main library.
Wait, February 3rd.
February 3rd.
I said, don't wait till May.
I'm about to say
You'll miss it. You'll miss it.
Yes, February 3rd.
Right. You're like, well,
it's all part of Black
about
History.
The spring. Yeah.
It's our kickoff event for Black History Month events.
Okay, so Saturday, February 3rd.
At 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock at the main library downtown on 8th and Walnut. It's totally free.
Absolutely.
And so tell us what's going to happen there.
Well, we're going to have members, current members.
Current members. What we're going to do is talk about the history of the Cincinnati Federation.
And as you're talking, these wonderful pictures are coming up. Oh my goodness.
Actually, that's Optimist Welfare. That's your club.
Oh, that makes me want to cry.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Optimist
my mom just loved the Optimist. Oh, she worked so hard for
They
the
started in 1909.
Oh, look,
well,
Mary
we'll talk about her.
I remember that. Yeah. Oh, that's another
Another
event
program
coming
we're
up.
doing.
Right.
Right.
I remember that day.
Okay. And this is at an event, and this must have been at the Wyndham Hall.
The fundraiser.
Fundraiser, because those are the Federated Women.
And
that's our wonderful clubhouse at
1010
Chapel Street.
And it was a home of the first mayor of Cincinnati.
John Mosby.
Okay.
We bought that house. The Federation bought that house in 1925. They started buying it. It's been paid for since 1946.
Wow.
And it was designed by Hannaford,
So
you know, who also did City Hall, a lot of other buildings.
John Hannaford?
Hannaford. Well, Samuel Hannaford.
Samuel
okay.
Hannaford. Let me get the name.
Right.
Samuel
And I think
Hannaford.
it was built in 1888 from my research.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful home. Costs a lot of money to keep up. At one
Yes.
point, I'm like, we need to just get rid of this house. And Miss Orr, the president, was like, no, we're going to keep it.
We're gonna
and then
keep
a
it.
few good men, Samuel Abubakar and his group said, we're going to help you women save this clubhouse.
Correct.
And really re-energize it. So they have, and I told Sam I want to make sure we mention this, there's a breakfast every Tuesday.
10 to 12.
10 to 12. It only costs $10.
$10.
Everybody's welcome to come, and they do it at the clubhouse right there, 1010 Chapel Street,
Yes.
off of Gilbert, every Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah, and Sam was the reason why we're having this program. He was the one who brought it to my attention and everything, and that's why it's our kickoff event. But the whole theme for the events of the library are going to be about women, about African American women in Cincinnati.
Right. Now we mixed in some other pictures real fast. So we saw Marion Spencer. So that's
Yes.
another program coming up.
Right. That's going to be on February 10th at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Saturday.
And then we saw the Miss Black Cincinnati pageant and picture.
And that'll be the last Saturday in February, February 24th.
Okay.
And we'll have Robert Humphries, and he's inviting anybody who was involved with those pageants in the past and present.
Wonderful. And that was his daughter Jasmine that
Yeah.
Michael was just talking to. Okay, phone number to call?
Well, they can call the local history department if they have more questions, 513-369-6905.
Okay.
And for the Federation,
And there it is right there, 513-369-6905. And Ms. Cottrell, tell us for the Federated
for
number.
the Federation, it's 1-888-823-3922.
Tell us that number one more time real fast.
1-888-823-3922.
Great, so people can find out how to get involved, and the Federation's looking for more members, so there's...
Can I say one more thing? The Federation, the City Federation, was started in May 6th of 1904, so we're 113 years old.
That's fantastic.
So, you know,
what
that's
a
important.
legacy, what a legacy.
And
Yes,
they're
it
still
is.
at it.
Women
Still at
working
it.
for civil rights and human rights, just a strong group of women. Stick with us, we'll be back in just a minute with some community events. And Michael Bobo has some great events for you.
First up, we have the Cincinnati Herald's Daddy-Daughter Dinner Dance, Saturday, January 27th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Duke Energy Convention Center. For more information, call 961-3331. Next up is A Few Good Men Breakfast, every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. at the Federated Clubhouse at 1010 Chapel Street. And that is... The last one we have is the Glorifying the Lion Ceremony, the 2018 69th Annual Luncheon
For the Urban League,
Yep.
yeah.
Friday, February 9th at 11 a.m. at the Hyatt Regency, 151 West 5th Street. Tickets are $65. For more information, call 487-6532.
Wonderful. And I just want to mention the Cincinnati Herald's Daddy-Daughter Dinner Dance is sold out. We want to thank Interact for Health, Cincinnati Children's Hospital, all the other great sponsors. Thank you for supporting us. If you missed getting tickets, just call our office, leave your name. We're going to get you on the mailing list so you'll be ready next year. We're at 513-961-3331. Have a great week. Stay safe and stay positive.